From beautiful northern Vancouver Island, it's John Lovelace's Wings Over Canada.
Joe McBrien is a living legend in Canada's north. He owns Buffalo Air, and I think he operates more piston engine airplanes than anyone else in Canada. He also flies his DC-3 on the last scheduled airline service of a DC-3 in North America. I've known him for years as a determined, independent, and driven man. He thinks clearly and has a way of talking that has been carved out of a lifetime in Canada's wilderness. He doesn't drink or smoke. He lives to work and fly airplanes. He flies a fully restored Norseman, and today he's bringing it into the lodge to pick me up and take me to his old homestead just up the shoreline here on Gordon Lane, where he grew up with his mother and father.
According to my dad, I was 10 days old.
And you were the youngest North pilot?
I was, yes. I didn't know it at the time. It was just something I wanted to do. I was 17 going 18 that year. I know I was in grade 10. I did better flying the Norseman than I did in school that year. So the Norseman's still here in my schooling.
So when you were here, there was, in this cabin, you was three of you, eh?
Well, no, my sister Mary, myself, Mom and Dad, we all lived in this cabin here.
The four of you, right here.
That's it right there.
In the 40s.
I left here in September 49 to go to school.
6 years old.
That's right.
What was happening in the Depression? What was it like up here?
Depression didn't happen. The Black Thursday, the Dust Bowl, didn't really happen here because they were very, very happy, very secure here. You got to realize here is security. The abundance of water here precluded any drought. And they had all the water, all the fish. They had caribou, moose. They had all the wild meat they wanted. They had the force for heat, which was needed. They had lights, and they had the freedom. There was no tax man. There was no welfare man. There was nobody knocking at the door, trying to take their house away.
But there was something else here that brought everybody here, wasn't there?
Well, those people would start off with a dream and a thought and a rumor. There's gold, or there's mineral. And so they would chase it down through all the different, like the hints or the clues. The quartz goes into the different types of rocks, and then they find a little bit of free gold. Then they could set their charges with their dynamite. They blow a hole, by God, look what we found. So each day they're finding more and more. If they don't find the gold, they find the clue that's going to lead to the gold, which is just as good. So everybody got involved. Their friends would come in to make a syndicate because everybody could contribute to it. There'd be a blaster, a cook, a miner, a driller.
And that's what happened here.
Oh yes, as long as it's small, like all the little mines around Yellowknife here on this lake, it would syndicate and everybody was part of the action.
Okay, and then what happened? They went down to Toronto.
Well, they would pull his gold out, fill their pockets, and then like my grandfather, the doctor of the rock.
There was one doctor of the rock. What does that mean?
Well, that's
geologist.
Geologist, yeah, he'd be the rock doctor.
So they're down on Bay Street. They come out of here, physically come out of here, go down to Bay Street with gold in their pockets.
Took the train out of Evan all the way to Bay Street. And with gold, and they're going to sell and raise money for development. Like Dad would say, after they made their presentation on the rock, how much the rock was there, what it was like, how to drill it, how to blast it. And Dad would say to me, the money would rise out of the floor. It would just rise and we'd be scooping it in. That's our development money. Jimmy would be just talking and the money would, and he was the promoter. And he said, then we're first cabin all the way back to no longer in the back of the train. We're first cabin all the way. We sold. You see, we got development money. We're no longer riding the boxcars. We're riding first cabin, smoker. You know, that's the way it was in those days. And they're back, and everybody's happy. They can develop some more. They can take what they learned here and mined here and move down the lake and do it over again. So that was a syndicate. That was freedom.
Now, we talked a lot about what it was like. What about somebody coming up here today? Could he do this?
Oh yeah. The country hasn't changed. The people haven't changed, and there's still gold and minerals. The ground's abundance with it, and whatever a new person comes in and whatever they put into the land, like farming a field, that's what they'll take out.
And they're still doing it, right?
Oh, all through the Northwest Territories in the Yukon, yes, there are prospectors, there are stakers.
Do you make any money at it?
You make as much as you put in. It's hard to guarantee any money, but it's hard to guarantee a good hand at a poker game either. So the longer you stay at the table, which is the longer you stay on your ice pick and your rock pick, the more chance you got of hitting the big one.
So gold exploration then could be a lot like playing poker.
Oh yes, if you're going to be looking for gold, to consider yourself at the table. Stay at the table long enough, you're going to get a good hand. You get some bad ones, you'll get some that you got to bluff through, you get some that you got to really pull your markers in on, but you're going to get the good hand. As soon as you leave the table, it's like leaving the rock, like leaving the north, no longer a chance. Stay there, you'll get her. The good hand will come. Lady Luck will put the right cards in front of you. And you just got to realize how to play her and win.
You know, there's a lot of things you can learn about the wilderness. All you got to do is keep your eyes and ears open, and this is a real case in point. Now, first of all, I know that there used to be a mill in operation here 60 years ago. So I walked out here and I see what is obviously sawdust. Now, growing out of this sawdust is black spruce. The black spruce is about 30 feet tall. So I look down and I can see that the black spruce has taken root in the sawdust. So I know that that black spruce is around 55 to 60 years old. So that's how big a black spruce will grow in the wilderness. Just a little detective work. I'll be right back with more right after this.
DVD copies of this show and all 172 episodes of the Wings Over Canada series are available, singly or in box sets at wingsovercanada.ca, or give us a call toll-free at 1-866-909-4647.